Alright, let me sit here for a while and sharing a few things that really interest me lately. Started from the new year of 2026, there has been a lot of going on in the world, but there are topics that really grab my attention and public attention, and I already made summary of what it is. By the way, it's raining right now. Can you hear it? I'm not sure that you can hear the rain, but it's still rainy season and the rain still come and go. I'm just going to sit here and sharing what I found on the internet for the past few months. Actually, since January this year. Con calma. Now, mind you, I'm not a news channel. I'm also not someone who gives daily news or the latest news like those YouTubers. I'm just going to recapping what really grabbed my attention since January this year. Okay, I'm going to open it with Iran collapse. What really happening in Iran? There has been mass protest and pressure to the regime there. It is motivated by political repression, economic hardship, and human rights abuse. These people are going down to the street protesting and reflecting their dissatisfaction of the government of Iran. And there were also rumors about US involvement on this event. And also the former Crown Prince Pahlavi asking for the US involvement or aid to resolve or to do something with this event. I'm not really following about the Iran news. This is what I heard several weeks ago, and I have not heard or following the news about Iran anymore, so I don't know the development. There is really proof about the US involvement or the Pahlavi really asking for US involvement. But what really catch my attention about this Iran crisis is the collapse of Iranian currency. Like compared to the US dollar, Iran currency is zero. Even to the euro, like I don't know if this is the first time their currency collapse, but this is such a terrible thing for Iranian citizen. And also this demonstration is not the first time. People of Iran already did the same thing back in the 70s, if I'm not wrong. I just heard a little about Iranian history. I don't know Iranian history. So yeah, back then they did the same demonstration to take down Pahlavi regime, but now I heard the rumor that they want the Pahlavi regime to come back. So if you following this Iran news and know more about it, feel free to comment the development of this news, what they found, and about Iran history too. I would love to learn it if you know more than me. But what really catch my attention about this Iran crisis is the collapse of Iranian currency. Like compared to the US dollar, Iran currency is zero. Even to the euro, like I don't know if this is the first time their currency collapse, but this is such a terrible thing for Iranian citizen. And also this demonstration is not the first time. People of Iran already did the same thing back in the 70s, if I'm not wrong. I just heard a little about Iranian history. I don't know Iranian history. So yeah, back then they did the same demonstration to take down Pahlavi regime, but now I heard the rumor that they want the Pahlavi regime to come back. So if you following this Iran news and know more about it, feel free to comment the development of this news, what they found, and about Iran history too. I would love to learn it if you know more than me. And then the next topic that really interests me and was everywhere on the internet is ICE agent, or the US Immigration and Custom Enforcement. So this ICE is responsible for enforcing immigrant laws, detaining and deporting people suspected of being in the US illegally. But in the practice, they are also enforcing this to the legal US immigrant. This conflict started from a fatal shooting in Minneapolis, and then this resulted in many demonstrations in big cities such as Chicago, San Francisco, and New York to calling for reform or abolition for ISE. And also some cities restricted the ICE access to their property. So I think right now ICE don't have too much free room to move. The latest news I heard is I watched this video on YouTube. It's a short video that ICE agent trying to deport Native American man. That is ridiculous because where the hell you should deport this man? That was his land. And the long story short, the judge is read the old treaty of Native American and then put the blame back to the ICE agent. And then I also watched a video about ICE agent being arrested by the NYPD cop. I don't know what's going on, why NYPD cop arrested ICE agent. And also something I don't know is if ICE agent is a real legal force in United States for a long time before, or is this a new agent that formed specifically to do this job? Because from what I heard, they don't only arrested suspected illegal immigrant but also legal immigrant. They arrested people of color that are suspected as illegal immigrants, but they are actually legal immigrant and they are US citizen. And this is some kind of act of racism. What more surprising is later known that some of ISE agents are actually people of color themselves, or they're married with people of color. So I don't know who make them do this and what enforced them to do this kind of such racism. They are stopping people at street randomly and then inspect them, asking them if they are US citizen, and then even some of the citizen is being arrested. I don't know why. I mean, they don't do nothing. And then the next and still very new news is Epstein Files. So Epstein Files are the files belong to Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein is I don't know what to say, like accountant, someone who saved money, but he saved a lot of important people's money in this world, and also not only money but also their secret. And this secret is put into a file that what right now called Epstein File. Epstein Files is actually a files contained over 3 million files belong to Jeffrey Epstein. After his death, these files is released by the US government publicly to make the investigation more transparent. While the lawmaker is reviewing these files, people in the whole world could read it, and this make a lot of conspiracy. But I'm going to talk about the fact that what we know right now about these Epstein files before I'm talking about conspiracy. With over 3 million files, there are a lot of conspiracy. We're starting with Bill and Hillary Clinton to testify. These people are called by the House Oversight Committee to testify what they are know regarding these Epstein files. After initially resisting, they finally cooperating. And let's see what they will reveal about these Epstein files, because so far there haven't been result. And then lawmakers soon be able to review underacted Epstein files under supervision. With over 3 million files, of course, it will take some time for the lawmakers to review and then decide who is guilty on these files. And why they need to do that, why there are people who are guilty of these files, and what this file is about. Well, this file is about a lot of things, but what most prominent topic is about child trafficking. So Epstein has a private island on the Caribbean, and in that island is the location where he did all the trafficking activity. While he do so, he invited many important things of the world. And this is why the lawmaker need time to decide who is really guilty, including the big name of you may already know who are they. And this is also dragging big television industry like Nickelodeon and Disney. There are conspiracies on the internet that Nickelodeon logo actually using Epstein Island. I don't know if this is true or not. And then Disney too allegedly used one building, the concept of one building of Epstein Island for the castle on the Disney logo, And then the latest rumor is that Epstein not really died. There are many people reported they saw Epstein still alive disguise himself. He changed his appearance. Some people say they saw it on Israel, but it's still rumors. We don't know whether is Jeffrey Epstein still alive or not. And regarding Jeffrey Epstein's death itself, it's still rumored. If Epstein really dead, there was suspicion that he is not ending himself, but someone did it to him. Who and why? We still don't know. I mean, there are a lot of theory and conspiracy on the internet. There are a lot of people trying to make sense of what really happening in the world with Epstein Island, the elite global and their agenda, and then the release of this Epstein Island seems like the confirmation of all of the conspiration we heard this time are true. If you want to following this Epstein case, there are many YouTubers who talking about and revealing this case every day. And if you're in Indonesia, I suggest you to watch Kamar Jelly because he is routine to update about this case. Okay, next we are moving to something more fun and lighter. I love this one. I bet you too. Wait, I want to put the music here. There. The next topic is Bad Bunny performance at Super Bowl halftime. So, Super Bowl halftime happened in February 8, 2026. And Bad Bunny is become the first solo Latino artist to headline the iconic performance, delivering visually striking and culturally rich 30-minute set in mostly Spanish. Not only of his performance is mesmerizing, the setting of stage is also incredible. I could say it's unlike I ever watched before from other artists. It's unlike the usual stage because his stage is formed to mimic the everyday life in Puerto Rico with a tall grass or sugar cane and then plastic chair and banana tree. It's also kind of remind me about what happening here, very similar view. The highlights from the show including Bad Bunny celebrated Latin identity and unity with scenes referring everyday life as cultural symbol, like I said before. And then this show was also featured big stars as such Lady Gaga and Ricky Martin, blending salsa, reggaeton, and cultural storytelling in one world's biggest stage. Despite this performance being larger than life, it also invites political debate. For example, like from conservative figure like President Trump, he criticized this performance as inappropriate and terrible. And for Bad Bunny himself, the result of this show, he deleted all of his Instagram posts and following. Either he avoiding mass attention from media or he planning to make a new project, so he want to start over. We don't know. And this is also impacting on Bad Bunny's streaming numbers, including me. Like, I never listened to Bad Bunny's music before. I think the only song from him that I listened to is I Like It featuring Cardi B and J Balvin. That's it. But then after this event, I started to listen to Bad Bunny and I make one of his popular song from latest album, Nueva York, as my alarm ringtone. I don't know. I always had a hard time to wake up in the morning and I always put snooze over and over again until I'm late. But if I heard Nueva York in the morning, I would wake up. Also, why I really love this performance and why I really hype this, because I'm a Latin music lover. I have been listening to Latin music for long before this being hyped like this now. And then when the world finally catching up, I was like, finally, they understand what I mean all this time. It's like something you quietly love, but then the world catching up and then it's trending and then you can enjoy it everywhere. For Latin music, I can listen to it public on radio, on the public places. Most of the time, I just listen to my own Latin music because not everyone like it. And in this world dominated by K-pop, I would feel like an alien listening to Latin music. But thanks to Bad Bunny and this Super Bowl halftime show, Latin once again become popular. And then a little bit my opinion about Ricky Martin performance on this show. Although he only appeared a few minutes and listened to a short song, many older generation is hyped up. I'm not. Because, I don't know, they started to talk about Ricky Martin again, like, finally, Ricky Martin is allowed to singing in full Spanish. I was like, what do you mean? Ricky has been singing in full Spanish for a decade. They just don't know it. They just only listen to his most popular song or the English version of the song. But for me, who already been listening to all of his discography, it just feels weird that people commenting like that. And one thing about it, people start to say Ricky Martin is finally out of his retirement. I don't know if Ricky Martin's really retired or not, but I'm following him on social media and he did many concerts. Even he's shooting for TV series. Is that like he's retiring? Because for me it's not. He's not so popular like he was, but he still work on his music and even movies, TV series. So I think he's still active. It's just like new artists are more popular than him. One thing about this phenomenon that really catch me is, there has been a map of a Latino belt or Latin belt. It's expanding along the Latin America to part of Europe and Africa, to India and to Southeast Asia. And I know it's just cultural thing, it's trendy topic, it's not geopolitical or whatsoever. I don't know why we are also a Latino or Latina. I guess because we have brown skin, we have white hair, and we have these Latina features. I don't know. Me and my friend make a joke about it and said, wow, all of this time we are Latina. And I have been learning Spanish, not because of this. Long before this, I have been learning Spanish because I I just want to learn something new, like language. I learned Spanish, French, Dutch, and my language. I just realized right now finally maybe learning Spanish is useful because I could be imitating Latina. Oh, sorry. I'm so hyped up about this. Anyway, what do you think? What's your opinion about this Super Bowl halftime? About this Bad Bunny's performance at Super Bowl halftime? Do you like it or do you don't like it? And also, this is news for my channel. This is news about my channel. I think I will stop making monthly recap because I feel I'm not excited when I'm making this. I don't know what I want to talk about. It's not really important for me to recapping what I do in a month because I don't know if someone care about what I do in the past few months, in the past month. And I don't want to be a presenter recapping news from the world. It's not that I'm trying to be presenter, but I just want to talk about something really pique my interest because I'm not the type of person who really following the news and trend, and all of this happen suddenly make me curious and care, you know. So I want to talk about it. I guess for the next month and forever, there won't be another monthly recap. This would be the last monthly recap I do, I think. So, bid farewell to monthly recap series. I will not delete the old or the previous monthly recap video though. You still can watch it on my playlist. So yeah, I think I don't know. Actually, I have a conflicted feeling whether I want to stop it or not, but I want to stop it. So if one day want the recap video appearing again on my channel, that's because I want to make it. Maybe I will make it, but not routine every last of the month, you know. So yeah, I think that's all I want to talk about today. It's really interesting. It has been interesting 2026. Maybe this is a not very good year at all, but there are always good things happening, even if you don't expect it. I will see you next week in another book review. I have a lot of interesting book to review for the upcoming book review videos. There are classics, a lot of classics. Alright, so I'll see you next week. Goodbye.